Hey guys, my name is Luke Cherry and I'm a pastor here at North Coast Church at the Carlsbad campus. Thanks for joining us on this daily dose. Now, my family, I got 3 daughters in my family, and we recently had a new family member join us, and it's a little black pug, and the black pug's name is Cleo. Now, Cleo is kind of that dog that's super cute, but in an ugly way. So we'll take Cleo out on walks and on the leash, and as we're going around the neighborhood, everyone's just infatuated with Cleo. Just, oh, how cute, but obviously her eyes are going different directions, just kind of a weird looking dog. But when you get this dog on the leash and you're walking around, if we especially go out to main streets, this dog just is infatuated with cars. And so any car that drives by, Cleo just wants to be a part of that car, but doesn't realize if we let her go, she will instantaneously become like roadkill. And this dog's heart is way bigger than its head. And I'm gonna get in trouble with my dad about this one, but my dad has the heart of a pug. Like growing up, this guy was so into adrenaline and doing big things, riding motorcycles, whatever it might have been, and his heart would just drive him into these scenarios that would eventually kind of damage him a little bit. Now, this would sometimes come out camping. Now, there was this one moment where my buddy and I, there was about a 20-foot cliff, and we're at the lake's edge, and we're kind of looking at the cliff, realizing, wait a second, if we jump here, we're gonna have to like jump a certain angle and out a certain distance into waters that are kind of clear of rocks and these kinds of things. And we kind of went through it together to make sure that we're jumping into a safe scenario. And we do this, and we just love jumping, and we're out there in the middle of the lake, and we're treading water, and then we see my dad kind of approach the lake's edge and realize, oh no, this is Mr. Pug Man who's just gonna go for this thing. And so we start yelling, don't jump, don't jump. But the wind on the lake, and he just couldn't hear us. And the guy, my dad, sprints to the cliff's edge, jumps without looking at anything, and eventually lands halfway down the cliff's edge, ankle first into a rock, and then topples into the water. And in my mind, we're just flipping out, like, why did you do that? What did you do? And my dad didn't look at the waters, he didn't look at the cliff, didn't know what he was jumping into. And this happened multiple times. There was one day we were setting up a beach picnic. We got a nice little peaceful spot camping. And my dad, first thing, he doesn't care about the food or setting out chairs or anything like that. He just sprints towards the water, dives headfirst into the water, and he didn't know that just below the water surface, about an inch below, there was a giant boulder. He went headfirst into the boulder and skinned up his entire right side, missing a chunk of hair from the scenario. And so this guy's just in recovery back at the campsite. And you kind of want to like come after him and be like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? But in so many ways, like we can all kind of have like my dad's mentality or that mentality of a pug where you just go after things and you're not thinking through kind of the long-term results of it. There's a great verse in Galatians chapter 6, and this is what it says. Verse 9, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. What I love about this is sometimes we can get so set on something on our horizon. We're like pulling on God's leash, like maybe in career, we feel like we deserve a new position. I want to go after that. Let me free, God. Let me go. I'm going. It might be a relationship. It might be an event in life or something like that. But I think sometimes we need to stop and maybe test the waters in so many ways. Like I can come down on my ugly dog Cleo, or I can come down on my dad for doing that, but I do that all the time. And I think what I just want to extend to you guys is how might we be a little bit more patient in life, knowing that God might be holding us just for safety, and in his sovereignty and knowledge might know, wait, it's not your time yet for that position, or it's not time yet for that relationship. So wherever you find yourself today, I hope that encourages and challenges you. And let us stop and be prayerful, know that God is good. And like that verse said, there's a proper time for all these things. And let's just do good to people while we're waiting. I hope that's challenging or encouraging to you. And we look forward to seeing you next on our next Daily Dose. Thanks.